The Smiley J Artist Zone, a platform for and about independent artists, music, interviews, and much, much more. Now, give it up, your host, Smiley J.
Welcome to the Smiley J Artist Zone, a platform dedicated to independent artists. Chit chat and music is what I do, and I am your show host, Smiley J, and I want to welcome you guys here today. I am so glad you guys can join me today, and I hope that everyone out there listening to the sound of my voice is doing well. Now, if you had a bad day, put it all behind you, because that's where it is. It's behind you. We're going to have some fun. We're going to listen to some good music, because after all, music makes everything more better. Speaking of music, today I will be featuring Bernie Capodici from the Drivetime Band. He's going to be joining me in a few short minutes in the Artist Zone. We're going to talk about a little bit of everything. So, just make sure you don't move. I want to shout out some new listeners. Yes, I have some new listeners in Germany. Hey, Germany, what's happening? Welcome. Hit me up in the comments and let me know where in Germany you are listening from. I do appreciate all my listeners. Also, if this is your first time listening to the show, welcome. All I ask is that you come back and, tell a friend, okay? Spread the word. Let's see, what else do I have? Have you guys been attending concerts? Let me know. I want to know if you guys been to any good concerts. I know some people are a little apprehensive about, being in large crowds. And some of you are are gamblers. You're going out there. So let me know how it's working out for you. And also, make sure you check your city and town and see if your favorite independent artist is coming your way. Because I know there are lots of artists who have scheduled concerts, performance dates, and they're maybe coming to a city or town near you. And also, to my listeners in Florida, St. Petersburg, Florida to be exact, be sure to check out the Floridian Social Club. They have a lot of performances coming up, a lot of great artists, so check that out. Also, to all of my listeners, just in case you didn't know, you can listen to the Smiley J Artist Zone show on your favorite podcast platform. Be sure to take me with you on the go. If you miss a show, no worries. You can always, go back and listen to a show. Pick the show you want to hear. Just make sure you're listening. Now, before I bring Bernie on, you guys know what time it is.
You want to know? Smile and nose. You want to know? Smile and nose. You want to know? Smile and nose. It's a smile. You want to know? Smile and nose.
Clear Media Network launches a new and innovative format in the syndication market for R&B adult hits. Clearwater Network and 10 Share Media have joined forces to offer a new entry in the adult R&B genre. The duo networks have combined their years of experience in urban programming and expertise to create this one-of-a-kind R&B adult hit sound. And this format is targeted to adults ages 30 to 49 who loves the sounds of great R&B adult hits. They're going to be highlighting some artists, some throwback artists from the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. Now, research has shown that many adult listeners have a very strong appetite for this kind of format. So, I guess this is exactly what the doctor ordered. Now, some of the featured artists will be Mary J. Blige, Michael Jackson, Usher, Mariah Carey, just to name a few. So, if you guys like old school throwback hits, you may want to check that out. Now, before I bring on Bernie, let me tell you a little bit about the band. The Drivetime Band is an international band known for producing great music. Now, at the pinnacle of their careers, they are forging ahead to discover more about themselves and their music. Drivetime Band has been in rotation on the internet and terrestrial radio since Drivetime's breakout single in 2009, Getting With It, featuring Bob Baldwin. Drivetime is one of the most electrifying bands to come out of Philly. You guys help me. You know how we do it around here. You guys help me welcome band leader, Mr. Bernie Capodici. Hey, Bernie, welcome to the Smiley J Artist Zone. How are you today, sir?
I'm great. No, I'm really glad to be here.
Yes. I know we had some hiccups, but yeah. I want to thank you for all of your patience. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you for yours.
Yes. Now, I just want to tell you that I really had a great time listening to your music, the Drivetime Band, and I was like, wow.
Oh, thank you.
Now,
Make
I must
me feel
admit,
so good.
Yeah, we're good. I'm glad I could do that. Now, my only dilemma was I didn't know which song to play, but you kind of helped me out with that.
Yeah, I like them all.
Me too. That was my dilemma.
It's fun stuff, It's jazz, but it's not. But it's progressive, but kind of traditional in a way. And,
Your sound, it's like a mixture of a lot of music that I personally love and listen to. I hear soul, funk, smooth jazz. I even hear a little Latin flavor. Why don't you help me describe your sound?
It's a progressive Philly sound is what it is. Everybody talks about the Philly sound.
Yeah.
The sound of Philly. Well, that's where we're at. There's so many great people have come out of Philadelphia. And since we basically grew up here, we're kind of trapped in a sense that we're so influenced by it, and no matter how we try to change it, it always comes back to the same thing that because you're raised here, it's kind of like an accent. It's kind of like you can tell when somebody's from Boston. You can tell when, somebody's from down south.
Did you say down south?
Down south. And
that's true though. That's true.
Yeah. And you kind of, like if you listen to someone like Brian Culbertson or Boney James, you can tell that it's like high performance, big studio, and it basically every tune sounds the same. And we don't do that. We refuse to do that, and I won't do it.
Well, that's why I had a hard time trying to select a song. So, which means I'm gonna have to bring some more of the Drivetime Band music to the show, because I had some personal favorites because they all sound so different.
Exactly, and that's what that's why we like what we do. We stand apart because we don't follow the crowd. And we haven't for 11 years. For 11 years, we haven't followed the crowd, Well,
it's working, Bernie.
Well, thank you so much.
So would you say that, just to categorize the music, would you say that you guys fit best in like the smooth jazz category? Because I don't know where I would like.
No, well, see, we call what we do urban organic jazz.
Okay.
And what we mean by that is, see, first of all, we entered the smooth jazz world because basically, back 11 years ago, that's all that was really happening. Jazz has some, it takes a certain connoisseur, to enjoy the jazz of old. You have to really kind of enjoy certain players and what they do and, and do all that. But in today's market, it's pop. It's pop music. It's pop jazz. At top 40 of smooth jazz. And we tried, we worked with Sandy Shore and smoothjazz.com and so many different people. And we kept butting heads. Because, they would reject stuff from us.
And not because it wasn't good.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, maybe it just didn't fit in their format or whatever. And it's like, well, the heck with you. We're going to do what we do. And, if you don't want to get us charted, if you don't want to put us on the chart and give us a chance, we'll make our own road.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Create your own lane. That's cool. I love that.
Yeah. So that's what we've been trying to do. And, I don't know. Some days I feel like it's working, and some days I just think I'm an idiot.
Well, no, you're not an idiot, because that's some good stuff you guys have. But let me just say this. There's an audience for everything, and I believe that you guys have an audience, because it's good stuff.
We're on this one site. It's called N1M, and it's pretty universal. People get it from all around the world. I know they get it in England, and we get so many compliments and I'm telling you, they're younger people, anywhere between 18 to like 25. And that's what I really like. It's like, okay, smooth jazz is for, the older crowd. And if we don't fit into smooth jazz, I'd rather appeal to younger people because they'll stick with you longer and they'll be around longer.
Well, that really is a compliment, though. I mean, to appeal to the 18-year-olds.
Oh man, I'll tell you, every time I get like a little note from someone, I check them out, you can go to their little site and, they'll send you an email and you go, this kid can't be 21 yet, Mm-hmm. And I like it,
But, it's ear food, so people like what they like. So
yeah, that's right.
Bernie, you are a percussionist, a writer, producer of Drivetime. And let me just say that for me, I have really grown to love the percussions because I love the feel that it gives to a song. It just always adds a funky little flavor, no matter what the genre is. It's just something about the percussions that I've really grown to love.
Well, let me give you the sad truth. I was always the last hired and the first to go. So I decided to put my own band together.
Okay.
And, the percussion is a really big part of what we do. Mm-hmm. And, it's the way I express myself. So, it's always going to be there in just about every tune that we do. So.
And that's good because I want to hear it in every tune.
That's right. There you go.
Before I go any further, since the rest of the band obviously isn't here, please introduce your super talented band members and their instrument.
Well, on keyboards, we have Jimmy Del Orphis, who is probably one of the most creative jazz players that I think I've known. I've known him for at least 40 years. Wow. I mean, oh yeah, we go back. We used to play in a band called the Voodoo Band. Yeah, the Voodoo Band.
Okay.
With Roscoe Mackey and Malik Al-Kabir and Gene Terramani, who is my guitar player now. But Jimmy's great. He used to be Joan Rivers' music director when she was still alive, and yeah, so he's been out there. And then of course there's Gene Terramani, who had his own solo career before joining the band again, and his 1980 something CD, Hotel Eden, is still available, and he's worked with Tom Scott and all these other. He was in New York for a long time and played with anybody who was everybody,
Okay.
In New York. Then our drummer is JJ Zeller, who's just basically one of the best drummers I ever worked with. He's like a machine. It's hard to explain, but he just lays down the groove and he's just right there. And he's been with us, I guess, about 6 years. Before that was Mike Piper, who's a Philly boy. And then on bass, we had a few different bass players, Chris Friedrichs for one. Then we had Mike Rule, who's funky as all hell. And his wife just had a baby, so we replaced him with Gene's son, Nick Terramani, who is a highly educated and very proficient bass player. And we're really happy to have him. And then we use, for recording, we've been using Andrew New on saxophone. And if you know anything about smooth jazz, Andrew's up there with everybody else. And he's also Bobby Caldwell's saxophone player. So, but he's not always available for like live gigs. And over the years, we've used Richard Orr, who's, a Philly cat. And probably one of the most fiery sax players that I've ever worked with. I mean, and Gene, Jimmy, Dick, myself, and Chris have been in other bands together, and we've been playing together since we were, 24 years old.
So you guys have that good chemistry, which explains that nice sound that you have.
Yeah, we go a long way back, and there's no ego.
Good.
That has been lost, gone so many years ago, that we play because we love to play, and we love to play with each other.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. You got all this talent together and no egos. I love it. Right, you need to write the book.
Well, I do have a book out, but it's probably the most boring book anyone would ever want to read.
Well, we're going to talk a little bit about that book, but I just wanted to acknowledge the band members since they're not here. Mm-hmm. So, since you mentioned the book, let's talk about the Artist Handbook. I mean, I did take a look at it. I skimmed through it. I did, and I must admit there is a lot of valuable information. So can you just briefly tell us what prompted this book? Okay.
You know how hard it is to make money in the music business unless you're at the top, doing concerts and, on tour and, playing 5 nights a week. Since the advent of the internet, and there are so many independent musicians out there now that are trying to make it, there's a whole bunch of stuff that labels used to do for the musician that they never would tell the musician about. This way they had control over your music. So what I did was put together, there's 7 steps on how to protect your work, how to protect the songs that you create. And that's essentially what the book is about. How you get your UPC code for your CDs, how to get an ISRC code. I know this sounds all Greek, right? Your ISRC code for each tune, and how to register with your PRO, whether it be ASCAP or BMI, and essentially how to copyright and just protect yourself.
Good stuff.
In case somebody does a cover of one of your tunes, then you're going to get paid. Or if they're playing it on the air, you're going to get paid. Not much, but you're going to get paid.
You kept it real.
Yeah. I love it. 400, 500, 600 plays on this station, and you get a check for 32 cents. It's like, that's wonderful.
That is so criminal. So,
I know.
So I'm glad that you mentioned that, because I have a lot of artists that listen. So since you plugged the book, tell the folks where they can grab the Artist Handbook.
Well, it's the Modern Recording Artist Handbook, and they can get it on Barnes & Noble, Amazon, or they can order it through our website at drivetimeuoj.com, and that's where you can get it. Okay,
thank you for that. What's next for you guys? Any outdoor concerts in Philly area? What's going on?
This area is so beat, and we're over playing clubs. Mm-hmm. I'm tired of arguing with club owners. I've had it with the checks in the mail. We can only pay you $300 for what? A 6-piece band? Are you kidding me? Club owners don't have a clue on how to actually have music in their clubs. I ran a club in New Hope for 5 years called Havana. And what I did was, there was never a cover. I picked a genre, which was jazz. The place was, it was a party atmosphere because the place was really cute. Mm-hmm. And we had 7 deep at the bar 7 days a week because the music was what they wanted. Mm-hmm. They didn't care who it was. And I never depended on a band to bring in their own crowd.
Okay.
And I never had a cover so people could sit there and nurse 1 or 2 drinks for the whole night. Forget about it.
That is so true. And you paid the band more than $300, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because you know better.
Listen, hey, we used to do these great anniversary shows. I did Hugh Masekela, I did Larry Coryell, I did Don Patterson, Bootsy Barnes. I did all these great jazz players. Oh, I did Sun Ra. Who in their right mind would do Sun Ra? You know, the place was so crowded. They were standing in the road across the street. They couldn't get in. Traffic was blocked. It was outrageous.
Okay, so Bernie, I have a recommendation for you. You need to write your next book. Need to be a book for club owners.
Oh yeah, I got a great article.
Get it, you know, so they can get it, you know, because they don't get it. So,
I don't know if they ever will. It's like less for more. You know, they'd rather pay a band $100, you know, for like a 3-piece bunch of young guys, or get a DJ for $100, and then this way, you know. But the key here is having really great bartenders. That's where you make your money.
Keeping those drinks nice and strong.
So you bet. Keep them going. Keep it flowing, baby.
Yeah. So listen, we're running out of time, but I have to ask you this because, you know, you've been in the game a while and you're a veteran. So what would you say to the young, aspiring artists, percussion, who may be listening and, you know, they want to try this independent music game? What would you say to that person?
Mind your P's and Q's. Don't burn bridges. Be amicable, but don't give up. Don't ever, ever give up. Especially when you're really, really down. You never know what's around the corner. And trust me, I've been surprised so many times in my career. I can't tell you. But that's it, man. Just keep with it. And here's a suggestion from an old friend of mine who's still in the business, the one and only Geeter with the Heater, Jerry Blavitt, who said, always surround yourself with people who play better than you because they'll make you look good.
There you go. That's good advice. I like that. Good advice. I want to thank you, Bernie, for stopping to hang with me in the zone. It was so much fun. One more thing before you go. Tell the folks where they can catch this good music from the Drivetime Band.
You can always go to our website. We're also on Spotify, Pandora, N1M, and you'll hear us from time to time on radio stations that play smooth jazz. They usually play some of our, you know, more chill stuff.
You are too funny. I get you.
We be chilling now, man.
Well, you know what?
We pretend we're Brian Culbertson. You know.
You better stop it. Listen. Security. Okay.
Hey, don't get me wrong. I love the guy.
Yes.
And I love his Friday night hang too. Yeah. He's got it all together. Man. You
are a mess. Okay. So listen, guys, you know, all the places that Bernie just named, you can also hear, you know, the Drivetime Band music right here, because I'm going to play some today and I'm going to play some later on as well. So thank you again, Bernie, for stopping by.
So happy to be a part of your world.
Yes, thank you. And keep making that good music and, you know, stay in your lane. It's all good.
I will do that.
Yes. Until next time, peace and much success to you and the Drivetime Band.
Ciao, baby.
This is singer-songwriter Tigressa, and you are in the Smiley J Artist Zone.
All right, that was so much fun. I want to thank you guys for tuning in and hanging out with me to the very end. I appreciate all of you guys. Special thanks to Bernie from the Drivetime Band. Oh my gosh, he was a hoot. I had so much fun with him. He is a straight shooter. He kept it all the way real. You guys, be sure to check out all the Drive Times music. And today's song that I featured today was entitled 15 Days, featuring Andrew New on sax. You guys know the drill. You like what you hear, you download it, and you add it to your playlist. That way you will always have it. Until next time, I'm going to need you guys to be well, stay safe, and remember to listen to good music. Your ears will thank you for it. I'm Smiley J, and I'm out.